Well, hi everybody. It's Rainine again with Fifi's Journals, and I'm back. I've got another journal. I have been so busy making journals, and I'm having so much fun. And I wanted to share this one with you too. It's in my shop, Fifi's Journals, on Etsy. I'll put the link below. This one I called Country Roads, and it's a kit that I designed myself, and I've also used some other goodies in there for you. So I'll put that all in the description below. It's a 6x9, it's 64 pages, and it's just a really fun little journal. I used a blue file folder for it. It's a single signature, it's sewn on the side, and I just tucked the little blue ribbon in the string that I used, the baker's twine, just kind of hold it, and it's just tied in a simple bow. And these are neat because you can do anything with these. You can redesign the closing and on the journal however you like. The front cover is a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock that I have in one of my paper pads, and it's got memories on it in beautiful blue and just neutral colors, some writing, and I love these butterflies at the bottom. And then I just did a little collage on the front, like a little cluster of papers, just to give it some interest. So there you go. Now on the inside cover, I put like a map. There's Greenland and there's the Atlantic Ocean, and well, it's a book about country roads, traveling, riding a bike. Remember when you were little, did you ride a bike down a country road? I sure did, and I loved it. My friends did too. We went everywhere. I grew up on State Road 78 in LaBelle, Florida, and let me tell you, I had a blast. So, in this book, we have lots of country lanes and old cars with space in between to doodle and write and do whatever. Take this with you on a trip. This would be a fun book to fill up, let me tell you. I put my note card in here for you to write on. Here's my business card. Here's a little piece of cardstock. These are so much fun to cut up and use for bookmarks. And then here's some ephemera from my kit. Pretty. Just love it. Just love it. Old bicycle with flowers. So there's that. And we'll just tuck that back in there. And then on this page, I have just another little paper cluster for some interest. I left lots of writing space on pages. Hear my dad coming in. He's spying on me. Lots of fun writing spaces. Little piece of cardstock there. And there's a very interesting map. You can just spend hours looking at it, finding different places. Again, lots of writing space. Coffee dyed paper. My dad just came in, so he's joining me. I love this little tuck spot. Has nibs on it and ink wells. And here's a beautiful little card from the kit. And another, isn't that a cute picture? I love that bicycle in the field. That is just so cute. You're shaking the table there, Dad. Easy does it. Strip. I have to figure out who that's from, and I'll put it in the description below. And then this is an actual map. I got this from a friend of mine. And again, there's lots of interesting places on it on both sides. A little flip up note page with a pretty old car on the bottom. My dad, I think, had one of those. Another tuck spot with a little boy. He's cute. He's cute. And there's a pretty lady. And there's a timepiece on a map. So those are interesting. Those are interesting. This looks like to be a map of, I'm not sure. But it's neat, isn't it? With all the streets and the river running through. Glassine bag with some goodies in it here for you. More goodies from my kit. Let's see here. There's a little creek or river. And this is a lady, pretty lady. And this is an extra piece of ephemera I had from another kit, and I couldn't begin to tell you where I got it from. So I love bikes. because I grew up on a bike riding down State Road 78 and in the pasture behind my house. So, and again, another beautiful country road. I wonder where that road leads. I'm a writer, and I love pictures like this because it just sets my imagination going, and I end up writing a short story. There's some really cute little cards. This is Flower Walk from one of my ephemera sets. And then this, I believe, is a piece of 12 by 12 paper that I have probably had forever. Coffee dyed paper. And another old car. I love pictures like that. That is so neat looking. Little sticker up there. Another rip strip. Look at that old bike. My goodness. Love those. Another tuck spot. I always leave room in these for you to put your own goodies. There's another bike in front of a door. And there's another country lane. Another country lane. That reminds me of North Carolina. Isn't that pretty? With the beautiful trees turning. This is another little paper cluster on a flip. And you can always tuck things under here. There's another old car. Love old cars. They're so interesting. They're era gone by. Makes you wonder where they went. And there's another. I think my Uncle Charlie had a truck like that. Route 66. I have been down Route 66, and it's a very interesting road. Goes forever and ever. And there's a pretty little girl with her kitty cat. I bet she took that kitty cat on a trip with her somewhere. Bet she did. Guest check. Flip up. Lots of room to doodle. Single signature, as I said. And this is the center with that same beautiful bike in a meadow. Isn't that pretty? I just love that. Again, another country lane with a pretty house at the end of the lane. Going home. I wonder where that leads. And this is another little note card that I just included. And then I love this. That's very pretty. Looks very French. Doesn't it? Isn't that pretty? Lots of writing space. Me, I love lots of writing space, seeing as I'm a writer. Another beautiful old car. And there's that same picture on that card that we just saw. I just included it right there. And then I put another pretty little handmade ephemera pocket with some paper lace and some collage. Eau de Cologne, France. Look at that old one. That's been lots of places. And then here's a pretty bookmark for you to use. Bookmarks are fun too. I love to read, so I'm big on bookmarks. So there's that page. Next. Oh, that's a more modern looking one on a map. Maps are so interesting. So many places to see, so many places to go. Here's part of an old letter that I used as a flip up. That's actually a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock. And then just a flat collage and coffee dyed paper and more writing spaces. And that's an old barn, looks like. And then a glassine bag with some goodies in it. That's a pretty little flower card. What else is in here? Oh, that's interesting. That's the front seat of a car. And there's a map. Upside down? Not sure. There we go. Anyway, there they are for you to play with, to write on. That's the other half of the map. There's just a little piece of cardstock I put on for interest. There's a big, that looks interesting. And there's another country road. Wonder where it leads. This is part of an old book. Got a map. That's the other half of the map, I do believe. Yep, it is. Lots of interesting places. Looks like this might be over in England from the names on the map. Here's one of my little note cards that I always try to include. There's isn't that a sweet little cottage? And then there's a little road and some mountains. That would be interesting. some interest, that old car again, and here's a little note card for you to jot down ideas. Coffee dyed paper, and here's another little text spot. I'll have to look these up. This comes in a set of, I think, 6 country houses or country manors. I'll have to look it up and see if I can find it, and I'll include it below. But there's a couple sitting by a lake with their bikes. Isn't that neat? And then this one is, had to go out of frame for a minute. Oh, lots of different places. Isn't that cute? And then there's an old car in front of a motel. Oh, those old motels. I can remember driving by them as a little girl. Going from Florida to South Carolina on 301 and 321. Lots of motels. Family-owned businesses. Here's a beautiful old Victorian. I think there are Victorian home tours you can take too. That's really neat. Another map. Here's a little belly band that I put some goodies in for you. Oh, look at that old van. We had one of those too. Just, that's a piece of cardstock. And this is another Flower Walk journaling card from my Flower Walk collection. And I think this one, yep, that's a little note card. So there's those for you. I wonder what's behind that gate. Look at that field. Isn't that pretty? This is part of scrapbooking paper, 12 by 12. Ooh, pretty picture with birds. And then a clock. About time. And then another little belly band with some goodies. I believe this is a note card that I included. Yeah. And then I love pictures of doorways. Isn't that neat? I just love that. And then this can be a bookmark, or it can be a journaling card, or whatever you want it to be. So there's that. And then on the back side I have the other half of that map. And then there's more, it's a little room for more notes if you want to take them. So there's that one. This one is in my shop, Fifi's Journals, and I thank you for joining me. Thanks. Bye.